got a praise report. I got a praise report. I got a praise report. I got a praise report. Testimony time. I got a praise report. Glory, hallelujah, joy is mine. I got a praise report. I got a praise report. I got a praise report. You got a praise report. Everybody got a praise report. Testimony time. I got a praise report. Glory, hallelujah, joy is mine. I got a praise report.
Peace, shalom, Shabbat shalom, peace, blessings to everybody. What up, y'all? Been a little minute. We'll wait for the airplane. Been up all morning. I ain't hear this the first time I heard the airplane. I told you I don't never start till you start doing video or something. But yeah, family. It's your boy Ayo Ben Yahoo. We're back in the saddle. Chose a conversation. I think this is episode 13 or 14 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, fam, peace, blessings to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. First of all, giving praises to the Most High, Yahuwah Sabaoth, who is the Eluah of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to his begotten son, Yahushua HaMashiach, who is our kinsman redeemer, who is Adoni, the Ruach HaKadosh, the Kadesh Ruach, who lead us and guide us in all truth, who brings all things to remembrance and provides a way of escape in the hour and the time of the temptation of sin. So we're thankful, family. Look, shouts to all the new subscribers. Listen, man, the channel has grown within the past week or so tremendously. Lots of new subscribers, a lot of returning folks. I'm thankful for you. I praise the Most High for you every day. Without you, you can't grow without the people. You have to get, the people. I thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys so much for, sticking your neck out to like them and support a brother. Sometimes, just to be real, supporting people may not be popular. Put your neck out there to like people that some people don't like. You're risking your life because they may, turn on you. So for that, I say thank you. And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. I thank you for viewing the videos, comments, the likes, the shares, the inboxes and the texts that I get for encouragement. I'm truly thankful. It means a lot. So yeah, family, we are back. Chosen Conversations, man. This past week, this is the first episode since like November, December. I've been, uploading the Fat Albert cartoons, and you guys have been enjoying those. Hope those have been helpful. Hope you've been able to learn and glean something from those. Shouts to Miss Samira Israel. If you can see that, her and her husband Bizalil. I don't know if y'all can see that watch, but man, go to SamiraIsrael.com. Man, all your merch. They got hoodies, hats, t-shirts, shirts, music. I mean, she's a Billboard charting music artist, and her husband is a great and awesome musician, manager, composer, writer, arranger, engineer. Man, they do it all over there, man. So go to SamiraIsrael.com, and they have the men's watches, women's watches. I got one for my wife, my Isha, Miss Malka. I got one coming. So we can have matching watches. But yes, Samira Israel shouts to my sister Quarte Battle over at Beautiful Ashes. This wonderful Maccabees hoodie, if y'all can see that, I'll link it back. Maccabees, yeah, the Maccabees rededication, dedication of the temple. Go check out Beautiful Ashes on Facebook. All your merch needs. She has hoodies, t-shirts, a plethora of designs, plethora of things to come. Now sewing fringes. So go check those two sisters and those two families out on the Facebook and the internet and the IG. Beautiful Ashes on Facebook, SamiraIsrael.com. Also, they're on IG and Facebook and the website. The Beautiful Ashes website is up and running. I want to say it's www.beautifulashes.net. I could be wrong. If so, I will put the link to both in the description of this video, okay? But yeah, family, so Chosen Conversations is now back, and also Truth Be Told Flex Podcast. This was our first episode back after a little layoff, a little vacation. We took some time off, regrouped, regathered, and man, this past Thursday show was awesome. The enemy, most definitely. We had technical difficulties throughout the show, but we made it through an hour and 10-minute show. Host Shir Yashub Judah, he was in and out trying to get it, the technical difficulties resolved, and we finally figured it out. But even in that, we worked through the difficulties, and the enemy most definitely, not only did he want the show to go through because it was a great topics, great information. We're going to recap in just a second. But a lot of times, when adversity comes, when you push through it, that bond of brotherhood and sisterhood comes closer. And that was displayed right before your very eyes. We were already getting closer, but sometimes, especially in sports, especially in assemblies and families, a lot of times you just don't know how much someone loves you until times get rough, times gets hard, and that person is there for you. Whether it's financially, monetarily, emotionally, mentally, physically, a hug or holding your hand or wiping the actual tears away with a handkerchief or tissue with their hands. A lot of times it takes those moments to be like, man, we really did that. So Thursday was one of those moments to where even our family and our audience, nobody logged off and went on Facebook and complained, man, these guys can't get it together. Stuff like that. Because that stuff is rampant in our community. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, that's a lot of times those negative reinforcements are the first things we do. We'll go and complain instead of sitting, waiting it out, and be patient to see the outcome of something when we post on social media all day about love and patience and loving our brothers and sisters. That's just reality. I'm not calling no one out. It's just some things I observe and I see, from time to time. But anywho, we special shouts to the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast crew. Host Shir Yashub Judah and co-host Oxafar. We will be at the Triple Sip Remix February the 19th. I believe it starts at 5 p.m. Get your tickets on tlhmagazine.net in advance for $15. Shouts to Blue News and the Light Hebrew Magazine, Sister Delta and the staff over there, man. Just bringing out righteous content, upholding righteous artists that, do the best and try to bring you righteous content. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We try to be and we strive to be perfect. Will we fall sometimes on the way to being perfect? Absolutely. I myself, I'll tell you that all the time. So it takes platforms like Blue News to see artists in that light and stick with artists and put us out there, because the work, it's tough, man. Running a podcast running podcasts and platforms take money. Being an artist take money. These videos are not free that we put out. Music, we spend money making music, buying tracks from producers, and different levels of producers, leasing tracks, purchasing exclusive rights to tracks. Doesn't come cheap. Running a magazine does not. It's having employees. It's not cheap. So it takes sacrifice and time. And so I'm thankful that I have people in my corner, excuse me, that love me and that I love and that my family loves and that loves my family and that has patience, love, and all the fruit of the Ruach, all the fruit of the Spirit, when it comes to serving the Most High. So, Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, we were back this week. We had some technical difficulties. Shouts out to those brothers. Once again, Triple Set Remix, February 19th, Arlington, Texas. Get your tickets right now. Pre-sale, tlhmagazine.net. Truth Be Told Flex Podcast will be in the building. I will be in the building performing live. Many other artists will be there. So Arlington, Texas, February 19th. Be there, man. Like Sheer say, don't be there, beat me there. Come on, man. That's that. Don't be there, beat me there. Don't meet me there, beat me there. That's what he say. Don't meet me there, beat me there. So this past Thursday we had a range of topics, and one of the topics was about the Deion Sanders and Jackson State and Colorado University situation. Now, there's been so much, speculation, and a lot of people have been going back and forth and speculating, and there's just been a lot of, rumors and dislikes and disses and trying to take down because he decided to move on from the university. Now, he has been there for 3 years. This is his third year. First year, I can't remember the record, but I don't believe they went to a bowl game or the HBCU championship. But this year and last year they did. He made it. Jackson State made it to the championship. However, they lost both times. He decided to move on from Jackson State after building a foundation, getting recruits, getting solid coaches on his coaching staff. I mean, even Mike Zimmerman from the Minnesota Vikings was on his staff, and now I think Mike Zimmerman has followed him to Colorado as well. Deion is a likable, lovable man, coach, football player. Everybody knows Deion as a legend as far as playing a two-sport player. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, he played for the Braves that won the championship. He played for the Yankees, the Cincinnati Reds. I can't remember, and then in the football, he played for the Falcons. He played for the Redskins, played for the 49ers, played for the Dallas Cowboys. And his stats, he played both sports. He never took time off. And like we were saying on the show the other night, Deion, or Primetime, is I was young, and it's the first brand that I remember like being a big brand. Like you had the Bo Nose, you had the Want to Be Like Mike, you had that, of course. But Primetime, that was, man, it was everywhere. They had still pictures and commercials of him hitting the baseball and catching an interception, doing the Deion, the Primetime dance and the Primetime shuffle, and shuffling in the end zone and high stepping from the 50-yard line because he was so fast. So he easily could have took all of those accolades and took the coaching job at Florida State University, which is my favorite football team in college. He could have took that job. It would have been easy. It would have been the projected, or the projected pick that everybody would have thought that he would have chosen Florida State, but he chose Jackson State. He said he wanted to make a difference in our community. He wanted to make a difference in our young men's lives, and I believe that mission was accomplished. I would have liked him to stay at Jackson State for 10 years, of course. But I believe what everybody that is missing, a lot of the people that's coming against Deion, and there's a lot of people for him. But I'm gonna say I'm for Deion. I love my HBCUs. This year. I always watch HBCU football, but this year, it was just an excitement about it. You wanted to watch every game. It didn't matter how the team's records were. You still wanted to watch and say, man, I've noticed this talent before, but now I really noticed this talent. on this football field. And these guys are scholar athletes. They are students first. They are men and they are women that play on the basketball teams and that are trainers in the football athletics, that are volleyball players, golf players, tennis players at these HBC, these historically black colleges and universities. But I believe Deion has got a bad rap for this. We were talking Thursday on the show about how it was a rumor, don't know how true this was, but it was a rumor that the coaches in the SWAC conference try to get him barred, because they have a rule where even if you commit to another team, you can still coach the last bowl game, because the bowl game is a championship mostly sponsored by companies and not the school. So they say, okay, you can commit. He committed to Colorado. They even took the trip. Him and Shedeur, his son that plays quarterback for the team, they went to Colorado, took the tour the facilities, then came back coaching the game that they lost. Well, from what I understand, some of the coaches try to get him barred from even coaching in the game and coming back. Yeah, that's a little petty, in my opinion. You don't have to agree, and my opinions are not, top opinions of the world either. It's just my opinion, the way I believe and feel at the moment. So, so yeah, I believe Deion has gotten a bad rap, and I hope for the sake of the Most High, I hope for his family and his sake that it works out. I don't want to see anybody fail, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because that same disdain that we have, that a lot of folks have for Deion, is so rampant in our community at every level. Folks open up businesses, folks got platforms, artists out here, especially in the music side of Yasharal right now. There is a divide. The divide has been there, but it's becoming more distinct now and more noticeable. I went through something earlier this week. Had no idea that was there. I mean, I did have an idea. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna like your music or like your family. Everybody not gonna like you. But it's sometimes it be at a disrespect level. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all feel me, man. Let's not act like we, oh no, what are you talking about? It's there. You see it, whenever we have a black-owned business, something happened, or we don't want to deal with it no more. But we go out to any corporate business out here in America, we give them 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 multiple tries to get it right. And we'll make sure that everybody knows that we stuck together with them to get it right. But for some reason in our community, first song come on from artists, I don't listen to that. I don't like them. We won't share, we won't support. But in every other genre, that's one thing about the gospel Christian artists. They may be beefing. I see it on Twitter, see it on IG all the time. They may be beefing. They may not even like each other. They may have something going on. Something may have been said behind the scenes that we don't know about. And they may be behind the scenes praying about it, trying to get better, but still haven't squashed the beef or come to an agreement. But they'll still share their posts. They'll still share their song. And it's the same with Deion Sanders right now. We don't necessarily know what was going on at Jackson State and the reason why he left. So we'll sit out here and demonize him, but then as it started coming out, in weeks after he left that the university was hiding money. It was known before that he used his own money to upgrade the facilities. And we were talking on the show the other night, being a former football player, man, a lot of times you can have talent, but don't have the equipment, the trainers and the training, the weight training, the meal plans. You got to be able to teach your players how to eat, what they're putting in their bodies, what type of vitamins do they need, What type of tests do we need to run? What type of doctors do we need to run tests on these players and see what their bodies respond to the fastest? Do they need more vitamin D, more vitamin C, more vitamin B12? We wouldn't give a player more vitamin B12 if it's vitamin D that they need to get to the level of playing and keep healthy, stay healthy through a 12-game season. So he spent his own money doing that, guys. Colorado has a budget for that. But then he found out that, the ticket sales were lacking. Once again, going back to the brand, Prime Time was selling out stadiums that had never been sold out before. They got close, but he was like, well, wait a minute. Said it was 63,000 fans in the building, but why does it say right here only 29,000? What's going on? That's a big divide that's a lot of money if tickets are $25 and up. 25 to 50, 75 to 100 bucks. That's a lot of money. That's a big difference. 28,000 compared to 60,000 fans. So he decided to leave, and our community just went in without knowing the facts. And once again, it's rampant. So we have to have a conversation about that, whether we like it or not, whether we want to or not. We have to have a conversation about it. And not just having a conversation, but there's some action that's got to be behind that. Action's got to be behind it, man. And we done say it for years. We got to do better. We can sit here and say that all day. Look at, we spoke about Ye. Spoke about his situation. This man planted the seed in October, November. Went through a rough spot in December. It seemed like he was in that power struggle. He was on the Alex Jones show and said some unfavorable things, which I may not totally agree with. I don't agree with everything Ye says, of course. That's, like I said, he has opinions, he has facts, and he has his beliefs. He has different levels to him, just like a lot of people. Now this man is missing. Nobody's heard from him. Whether it's lawyers trying to serve him, a lawsuit, subpoena, this man is still a father. He still got an ex-wife out in these streets, whether we like her or not. He still got children by this woman. He still has grandmothers and aunts and uncles to deal with, regarding the children. He still has a family, blood family. Nobody's talking about it. Mainstream media's. So as a community, how do we combat that? What conversations should we be having? How do we use our power in platforms and being artists and being, podcast owners by bringing that news out? Just like Thursday, we brought that news out. Are our podcasts in our community, are we talking about that? Being concerned? Or are we talking about what Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez got going on right now? Are we talking about, Gucci Mane and Jeezy and T.I., what T.I. and Tiny got going on right now? So it's just, tough conversations that we have to have, guys. And like I said, it's not negative reinforcement. People that know me and believe, they see the positivity that I just try to, give an effort to display on social media and in real life. So this is not a negative talk. It's just conversation we have to have, and that we have to not be afraid to have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was, I just wanted to relay that to y'all and just bring that to the forefront about the the whole Deion stuff. And I wish that, I pray and hope that him and his family have success in Colorado. Because Colorado, we were saying Thursday, Colorado ain't the sexy job. They haven't been relevant in a long time. The Most High just allowed me to see year 45. They haven't been relevant since in my 20s. It's been a minute. It's been 15 to 20 years since they've truly been relevant like they were. Because they used to be in the top 5, top 10 all the time. So once again, man, I hope Deion and his family, I hope they have success in Colorado. I don't think that I don't know if this year, if he can get the recruits, coaches intact, if he can win 7 games, at least. He could win more. You never know. He got the recruits. I know his cornerback, Travis Hunter, transferred. I know his son, the quarterback, Shedeur, transferred. I think a couple more players are going to transfer from the transfer portal from Jackson State. And from what I understand, there's a lot more transfer portal players that have come through that were demand where they were. They may have been injured or hurt or a disciplinary action. They may have lost their starting position, or they may have been starting and just wanted to transfer. So if he can win 7 games, get to a bowl and win it, or even if he loses, if he can win 7 games, I think the trajectory and the ceiling will be super duper high, because he set expectations, and most definitely the community, we've set expectations. A lot of us want to see him fail. That's just facts, just the truth. But a lot of us want to see him. Man, I hope he go out there and do great. And I hope he go out there and coach for 3 or 4 years. Maybe he will be the first African American coach for the Dallas Cowboys. He's played there. He has a decent rapport with Jerry Jones. Or maybe he can coach in the NFL. Or maybe he'll go back to Jackson State or Savannah State or Norfolk State or North Carolina Central. Maybe he'll go back to HBCU coaching. So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, family. I just wanted to bring that to the forefront. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. Love everybody. The House of Ayo, we love everybody. Just remember, true repentance brings about true forgiveness. Okay? We can forgive each other. We can love each other. But when we wrong, have to truly repent. Not be sorry, but we have to repent. Alright? Have to repent. This is Ayo Yahoo, Choice Conversations, and we out. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. Shalom.